Hello, fellow wrestling fans. How are you? Here, you know what happened on the men's and women's War Rumble matches. Apologize, this video was up late. Where I work at, it was inventory day. We started at 9 in the morning. We just got done at basically hour and a half ago. Wow, a lot of counting. And then we had to put stuff back where it was and stuff. So the women's War Rumble match. When I got home last night, I missed some of it. Piper Niven was coming out entry 16 or 18. So I rewatched it. No legends like Michelle McCool, Jacqueline, nothing like that. That was kind of disappointing. A lot of freaking Raw women was in it. I noticed that. I know SmackDown don't have a whole lot of women, but for some reason Kaylee Ray was in it, but not Isla Dawn. Know what I mean? That didn't make sense. Natalya started off number one. This is her second time in the Royal Rumble history when the Women's Royal Rumble debuted in 2018 that she enters number one. Naomi, she's back. She left WWE with the whole allegations with Vince McMahon, with the scandal and stuff going on there. She went to TNA Impact. She became the Women's Champion. When Triple H and TKO Fighting Company took over, they offered her job back. She took it. So she returned to number two. And honestly, she didn't do much. Always. She does a couple, during the Rumble match, she'll get up and do a couple spin kicks or kick strikes or run her ass in somebody's face. Stuff like that. Or her Corona. But she spent most of the time laying in a corner. Bayley into number three. Natalya didn't last long at all. She was tossed out early on. Bianca Belair came in early. I think she was 5 or 6 or 7. She lasted over 40-some-odd minutes, and she did the same thing. She just laid in a corner or hugging around the bottom rope. I didn't like that. If you're earning your minutes, work your ass off, like Bayley. Bayley was in it for over a freaking hour. Naomi was in it for over an hour. She didn't do much, like I said. But Bayley, she was constantly fighting. Constantly taking it to people. She eliminated 8 women, Bayley did. And what I like what Bayley's eliminations were, she picked her spot. When she saw someone try and eliminate somebody huge, she'd go team with that woman, get them over the ropes. Or if she saw someone stand by the ropes showboating, she'd quickly fold their ass out. I love that. And Bayley worked her ass off. She deserves that 1 hour and some odd minutes in the Rumble. I found the Women's Rumble was kind of gimmicky as well. This is 3 years in a row Selena Vega came out dressed as a video game character from Street Fighter or Tekken. Chelsea Green, she laid in the corner, and every time Nia Jax would run at her, Piper never run at Nia Jax. Nia Jax moved out of the way, Piper never ended up cannonballing Chelsea in the corner, hitting the Beta Bomb on her. Chelsea could have moved anytime when the Piper Niven was coming at her by accident, hitting her. Eventually, Piper Niven's you know what? I'm sorry. I keep hitting you. I'm going to fix this. She eliminated Chelsea Green. That was hilarious. I did love that. That was funny. Nia Jax dominated. She was cleaning house. She eliminated 8 women as well. Becky Lynch entered at number 22, and she went right after Nia Jax and took her right to Nia Jax. She didn't even care about all the other women in the match. She went right after Nia. They just friggin' threw haymakers at each other. TNA Women's Champion Jordynne Grace. She made her Royal Rumble debut. She was impressive. She was tossing people left and right, power slamming them down. She lasted over 20 minutes. Way to go, Jordynne Grace. I like her on TNA. I noticed this is the second time they've done that. They first did it with Mickie James when she was current Women's Champion, and they did it with Jordynne Grace. I like that. But what would have been interesting, and they would have done it, say, with AEW's, Toni Storm or somebody, right? As their Women's Champion, maybe next year. Tiffany Stratton and Roxanne Perez were the only NXT women this year to enter the Royal Rumble. They got lucky number 27, 29. Jade Gargill from AEW. She got signed last year. They haven't done enough with her. They realized she needed more training. So she's portraying the performance center. She made a Royal Rumble debut, and she did okay. I noticed, like, when she picked Nia Jax up to a body slam, she struggled. Then she finally hit the body slam. But when she eliminated Nia Jax, Jade Cargill did, that was huge. It came down to Tiffany Stratton, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, Liv Morgan returned at number 30, and Bayley. They were the final winner. Now, I like this. You know how Bianca's got a long braided hair, right? And she always nooses it to whip people or stuff like that. Well, Tiffany Stratton got thrown over by Bayley. Tiffany held on to that braided hair so her feet won't touch the floor. Bayley saw that happen and big booted Bianca right in the face. Then they both win them just like that. It came down to her, Jade Cargill, and Liv Morgan. They all three went them outside the ring apron fighting. I know as Bayley waited and saw what Liv was going for. She was going for the Oblivion on the ring apron edge to eliminate Jade. So Bayley rolled back in the ring, showing off Liv hit Oblivion, eliminate Jade, and Bayley shoved Liv Morgan off the ring apron. She a Warrior Rumble winner for the winner was Bayley. She ended at number 3, last over an hour and 8 eliminations. Way to go, Bayley. I'm happy for her. I'm a huge Bayley fan. They're going to be turning her face. Now, she said when she won the Rumble, she would go after Rhea Ripley. Will they actually do that? Or will have Damage Control take her out and she'll go after Io Sky in that championship? Let me know in the comment section. Will Bayley stick with her plan and go after Rhea Ripley in the World Women's Championship? Or will she end up fighting former friend Io Sky for the SmackDown Championship? Now, the Men's Royal Rumble. They announced that Jey Uso Jimmy got number 1 and number 2. Jimmy lasted over 15 minutes. Jay did. Jey Uso lasted over 50 minutes. He was impressive for the Rumble. Jimmy lasted like half hour. What I liked about Jimmy was every time somebody would get in and like start beating up people, he'd be like, hey man, want to team up? And then they would just beat the shit out of Jimmy Uso. Karrion Kross, the only guy that teamed up with him. Grayson Waller was number 3. Carmelo Hayes for NXT came in at number 4. And wow, he hit a springboard clothesline on Grayson Waller. Hit a slingshot code breaker off the ropes and tossed out Grayson Waller fast when he came in. Grayson Waller was the first man out of the Men's Royal Rumble match there. Next up, Carmelo Hayes was number 5. Andrade Cien He's back. He came in at number 4. He had running knees to Jimmy and Jay in the corners. Had an overhead suplex on Grayson Waller. He came out with a cool looking attire. When he left WWE, because he wasn't liked how he was getting a push like NXT, former world champion. Former North American champion. Went to main roster, former, I think he was like Intercontinental or United States champion for a little bit, and then they didn't do nothing with him. So he asked for his release, went to AEW. They did shit all nothing with him, like always. So I'm happy to see Andrade Cien back. I'm curious what brand he's going up with. There was a part where Santos Escobar entered the Rumble and Andrade Cien was in it. Santos tried to recruit him to join his faction of the LWO, and Andrade Cien punched him in the face, and that was his response. And maybe we're going to have a face Andrade Cien, which he never had before, because he's always been a heel. Nakamura came in at number 6. Hit kick strikes on everybody. Santos Escobar was number 7. Karrion Kross came in, and him and Jimmy started teaming up on Jay. Dominic Mysterio came at number 9 and lasted over half an hour in the Royal Rumble. Way to go, Dominic. And he was punching people, suplexing people, 619s, drop kicks. Like, he kept constantly fighting, which I liked. Carlito, when he entered the Royal Rumble, he went right after Santos Escobar. Santos see Carlito coming out. He went underneath the bottom rope to the outside. So Carlito turned his attention to poor Dom. And then Santos snuck up behind him, went to eliminate him. Carlito knew what was happening, spit the apple in the face of Santos Escobar, tossed his ass out of the Royal Rumble. Way to go, Carlito. Bobby Lashley came in at number 11. He just cleaned house. He speared Jimmy. He speared Nakamura. One-handed chokeslam on Johnny Cianomas. He speared Dominic. He eliminated Carlito. Speared Karrion Kross. Got rid of Karrion Kross. But then, what I didn't like with this was, AOP came out. Paul Aaron, Scarlett. Street Profits came out, so it was a big brawl around ringside. And Bobby Lashley got tossed over the ropes, be held on, then Karrion Kross pulled his feet out from under him. So Karrion Kross eliminated Bobby Lashley. I wish they would go back to the rule was if you're eliminated, you can't eliminate someone else once you've been eliminated. Because it wasn't fair. Because Bobby Lashley came in a house on fire for like 90 seconds. And then for that to happen, that was a shame. Where Karrion Kross eliminated him. Ludwig from the Perry and Peterson in the Royal Rumble. Austin Theory came in, quickly had a barrel roll, drop kicked onto Ludwig, went after Carmelo Hayes. They did that cool new movie does, was kind of like he tossed him in the air, hits like a flapjack on the way out. Finn Balor entered at number 14. He quickly eliminated Carmelo Hayes. When he first got in there, him and Dominic started teaming up and kicking ass. That was cool. Cody Rhodes entered at number 15 this year. He went right after Nakamura. Crossroads, disaster kick. Bye-bye, Nakamura. Your ass is out of that Rumble, baby. Bronson Reed made his Royal Rumble debut at number 16. He came in and he, Judgment Day started picking on him, right? Well, that was a big mistake. Bronson Reed just destroyed Judgment Day's Dominic and Finn Balor with like clotheslines, a double Samoan drop, a double running splash on them. He eliminated Johnny Cianomas. So Johnny Cianomas entered number 4 and lasted to entry number 16. Way to go, Johnny there. Kofi Kingston came in next, and he went right after Ludwig, and they were fighting. He didn't even eliminate Ludwig. But then Gunther entered the number 18, and by Kofi, he went a flying. I mean, he went a flying outside of that ring. He started chopping the holy hell everybody in that ring. Gunther did. Then it came down to Gunther and Bronson Reed. So the last two guys standing because everybody else was knocked down. And I was like, yeah, this is going to be good, right? Then 19 hit R-Bar. He came in, house on fire. He had that spinning scoop slam on Finn Balor. Cartwheel clothesline Jay down. Rapid fire forearms to Gunther in the corner. Level Jimmy. Then him and Braun started fighting. That was awesome. NXT debut, number 20. Braun Breaker entered his first ever Royal Rumble at number 20. He speared Jimmy. Spine busted Finn Balor. Eliminated Jimmy Uso fast. Eliminated Finn Balor really fast. Speared Walter. Eliminated Omos came in next, and he quickly tossed out Omos. He quickly tossed out R-Bar. Braun Breaker ended up with like 6 or 7 eliminations. He was destroying people. And there was one point in the match where he picked up Bronson Reed. Like, he picked his ass up and freaking gorilla press slammed that guy. Bronson Reed is a big, heavy-set dude. And for Braun Breaker to pick him up, like nothing. Like he was a feather. That was awesome. Braun Breaker was impressive in this Royal Rumble debut. Apparently, I read online that was so impressive they're calling up to the main roster. They're not sure if he's going to be Raw or SmackDown yet, but first he's got to finish the Dusty Classic Funnels with Baron Corbin at NXT. Then to see where they go from there. Another Royal Rumble debut for Pat McAfee. He entered at number 22. He was on commentary, and this was... You remember Drew Carey, folks? When he entered the Royal Rumble in 2001, and when Kane came out, Drew jumped over the top rope, eliminating himself. Well, Pat McAfee came out, got up on the announce table, went in the ring, came face to face with Gunther and Braun Breaker and Omos. He's like, I'll just eliminate myself. JD Madugo ran. When he was coming out, Braun Breaker got eliminated by Dominic Mysterio. That was a huge elimination for Dominic Mysterio. So poor JD Madugo, when he came out, he got speared by Braun Breaker. Then R-Truth made history, folks. R-Truth entered the Women's Royal Rumble match this year at number 24, and entered the Men's Royal Rumble match this year at number 24. I laughed my ass off. Truth came in the Women's Rumble, and Adam Pearce came out. I was like, "What are you doing, Truth?" He's like, "I'm into the Royal Rumble. I drew number 24." And then Sarah Logan was actually entry number 23, and she lasted like 5 seconds, so she blamed R-Truth for the loss. So I don't know if that's going to lead to her sending R-Bar after Truth on Raw or not to whoop his ass. This in the Men's Rumble, when R-Truth came out, he thought it was a tag match, right? And Dominic was getting his ass handed to him, so finally Dominic tagged in Truth, and Truth and Dominic started fighting people, double team moves after double team moves, until number 25 entry, The Miz. Miz ran in. Then R-Truth was conflicted. Do I help The Miz? Do I help Dominic Mysterio? Well, it didn't really matter because Truth got eliminated fast. When Damian Priest came out next, he just quickly chokeslammed R-Truth, sent him flying over. So, Damian Priest is still upset with R-Truth costing him the match against Drew McIntyre last week on Raw there. CM Punk entered number 27. Clean house, eliminate Dominic Mysterio. And just was like running knees to the faces to people in the corner, hit the go to sleep, German suplexes, clotheslines. Ricochet returned. He entered number 28, and he didn't last long. Drew McIntyre was number 29. He Claymore like almost everybody in that ring that was left. He was hitting Claymores left, right. The number 30 hit, and I was like, oh my god, is it going to be The Rock? And I was like, well, there was talks about Hulk Hogan. So Hulk Hogan was number 30. Hulk Hogan never entered the Rumble. So I'm curious why they showed that video on SmackDown when he said that he was going to Florida, the place where he started wrestling, and maybe wrestle again. So I guess maybe they decided not to put Hulk Hogan in the Rumble. Maybe he was just backstage talking to people or attendants. But number 30 was Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn was back from the injury that McIntyre took him out of a couple months ago. And he made a beeline on that ring. He went right after McIntyre. He didn't even care about Damian Priest. He didn't care about CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Gunther. He went right after McIntyre until he turned around and Gunther powerbombed the holy hell out of Sami. Your final 6 was Cody Rhodes, Gunther, Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, CM Punk, and Damian Priest. Jey Uso made it to the final 7, but he was eliminated. The final 4 came down to Cody, Punk, Drew, and Gunther. Then it came down to Cody and CM Punk. They were the final 2, and they hit each other's finishers. But they were so exhausted being the Royal Rumble match. Which I kind of realized CM Punk entered number 27. So he had to deal with 3 entries after that. And the time Cody and him was the final 2, he was exhausted. Maybe CM Punk should not have come out on a full gas tank. House on fire, because he pretty well was flabbergasted in the final 2. Cody Rhodes ended up winning it 2 years in a row, folks. Way to go, Cody Rhodes. Entered number 15 this year. Went on to win it. He was in it for, I think they said it was half an hour or something like that. And what was awesome is Cody Rhodes got up and pointed the WrestleMania sign, which the Royal Rumble winners do. But then they show a skybox. One side of the arena was Seth Rollins. He was watching the Royal Rumble. The other side, halfway across the arena, was Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman. He went to point at Seth, and he went and pointed at Roman Reigns. And you could hear him mouth the words, "Your ass is mine at WrestleMania again. I'm going to take that title from you. No more of this bloodline bullshit." And Roman stood up in the skybox, started mouthing off to Cody. And Cody was giving it back to him. So I didn't catch all what Cody was saying when Roman was mouthing off, but Cody Rhodes has made it official. He's going after Roman Reigns again for the Undisputed Championship. Honestly, between the women's and the men's Royal Rumble matches, the men's, I'll give it a 9 out of 10 this year. The only thing I didn't like about it was there was 7 SmackDown superstars and a whole shitload of Raw, kind of like the women's Rumble. They could have put in the Street Profits. They could have put in the AOP for the heck of it. They could have put in Kevin Owens. Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, they weren't doing nothing, right? There was a lot of SmackDown talent that could have been in that Royal Rumble. But what got me was, I noticed this. Alpha Academy was on that episode Monday Night Raw, and they said they're entering themselves in the Royal Rumble match. Out of the 4 members of Alpha Academy, Maxine Dupree is the only one that actually got into the Rumble this year. So I don't know if Chad Gable, Otis, and Character Styles were replaced with Braun Breaker and John Cianomos. I don't know what happened there. Or Pat McAfee. If Pat McAfee's surprise Rumble appearance took away a member of Alpha Academy, that was not cool. Should have been a member of Alpha Academy for sure, like Otis or Gable. So I was kind of disappointed. That's the thing I didn't like too, was like no Alpha Academy. The Women's Royal Rumble, I'll give it like a 7 out of 10 this year. I didn't like how Naomi, Bianca Belair got a lot of time just by not really doing much. Bayley and Nia Jax were the stars of that Women's Royal Rumble match, and Jordynne Grace as well. I got Zelina Vega. She lasted 3 minutes, stuff like that. She was impressive as well. That's a switch for her, actually. The Men's Rumble, the standout superstars for me was definitely Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, Gunther, McIntyre, Braun Breaker for definitely sure, Carmelo Hayes, CM Punk. I was impressed with CM Punk's performance in the Rumble. I just wish he came out earlier on so he got more chance to maybe do some more stuff. I loved R-Truth's comedy effect of the Rumble. I really liked that a lot. That was cool. There you have it, folks. Were you happy with the Royal Rumble winners this year, Bayley and Cody Rhodes? Do you wish it was someone else that won the Royal Rumble? Do you agree with me that there was too many Raw superstars and they could have evened it up with some SmackDown talent as well, maybe a couple more NXT? Were you disappointed there was no Hall of Famers this year? Honestly, I was expecting maybe one. Because they usually always have one, but no Hall of Famers this year whatsoever in the Men's Rumble. That was a shocker. And so now Cody Rhodes has made history, by the way. This is now, Hulk Hogan is the first ever superstar to win 2 Royal Rumbles back to back. HBK was number 2. He won 95-96. Stone Cold won 97-98. And that was it. Nobody else has ever won. Triple H has won 2 Royal Rumbles. Brock Lesnar's won 2 Royal Rumbles. Randy Orton's won 2 Royal Rumbles, but he never won them back to back, 1 year after the other. So Cody Rhodes is now the 4th ever superstar in WWE history to win back-to-back Royal Rumbles 1 year after the other. This is Bayley's first ever Royal Rumble match, and Bayley also makes history because in NXT there was a 4-winner group: Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, and Bayley. They were known as the 4 horsewomen of NXT. Charlotte Flair and Becky both won Women's Royal Rumble matches. So Bayley's the 3rd one. Sasha Banks the only one left to win the Rumble. So that's cool that Bayley's the 4 horsewomen and they're all 4 good friends outside of the TV, that she's finally on that list of superstars as well to win the Rumble. There you have it, folks. I am curious. Monday night, what's going to happen Monday night? Who's going to go after Seth Rollins now? Rhea Ripley is from Australia, and the next pay-per-view is Elimination Chamber, airing from Australia. So they already announced that an Elimination Chamber match will be either for Rhea Ripley's World Women's Championship, or if Bayley decides not to go after Rhea Ripley, then the winner of that match will face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania for the Women's Championship. They're not sure yet what they're going to do there. So that's going to be cool that Rhea Ripley's WrestleMania storyline is going to involve the Elimination Chamber. Also, as well, Seth Rollins is going to be there in attendance to find out who's stepping up to face him. Maybe the second Elimination Chamber match will be for the number 1 contendership to face him at WrestleMania. They have done that before, but then again, maybe they might throw as a curveball, have Roman Reigns defend his championship beside the Chamber. Before I end the video, there's something I want your guys' thoughts on. They have done a Women's Royal Rumble. They have done a Men's Royal Rumble. What are your guys' thoughts on doing the first ever tag team Royal Rumble match? Next year, do the first ever tag team Rumble. So the only competitors are actual tag teams from the past and the present. I give you a stable Judgment Day. All stable members can be in it, of course. What are your thoughts on that? Will you be interested in seeing a tag team Royal Rumble match where the winners will go on to challenge for the tag team championships at WrestleMania. Yeah, I'd like to know your thoughts. I think it'd be kind of cool to have a tag team only Royal Rumble. That'd be huge. So I'm up for it. I'm game for that. So let me know below in the comments your guys' thoughts. Do you think that's a good idea? Something that WWE should try new? Or do you guys like just the man in the Women's Rumble and then maybe the tag team one would be not so exciting? Stay safe, everybody. Too sweet. Bye.